I got a question, bro. Where does the disrespect end? From the league, from this man's idiot son, from the Browns? He's handled it all like a professional so far, but at this point, I'm mad for him. After balling out and being considered a top pick by all measures, and then suddenly having to watch 140 guys get picked before you, after dotting up receivers for all of OTAs and barely getting second team reps, it is clear the entirety of the NFL has decided to serve Shedeur a slice of humble pie.
If I'm him, I'd feel like y'all tried to humiliate me. Nah, I'm on demon time now. I'm gonna give y'all hell. All the media asking questions, I wouldn't even say much. Just I bet knowing I got something cooking. This was the Big 12 Player of the Year, man. A single season school record of 37 pass touchdowns. That's nothing to scoff at. And we're supposed to believe he wasn't worthy of a selection in the first 4 rounds? And now, he's not going to work out in the league because of a speeding ticket?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I know, Shador gets caught going 101 and 65. That's some speed. But suddenly, that's got guys like Colin Cowherd talking crazy like this.
100 miles an hour. Judgment is 50% of being a quarterback. When you fall to 144 in the draft and then try to match that number behind the wheel of a car, yeah, I don't think the same. You ignored signs with Manziel and Baker. And apparently, based on the traffic violation, Shedeur was avoiding some signs too. The ones that say stop.
One speeding ticket, he's a locker room risk? Come on. He's 22 in a Lambo, not a menace. That's not a red flag. That's just a Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't get how this went from a traffic stop to a character assassination. Like, since when did going fast in a Lambo mean you can't read a defense? We're talking crazy. And what makes it even more strange, at the exact same time all this noise was growing, you got Pro Bowlers, NFL vets talking about Shedeur like this.
And the funny thing about it, I got a couple of young bulls out there. I talked to Denzel Ward.
Yeah.
I talked to some, but I can't say the name. But anyway, I done talked to some people. He looked different. There's a difference when that young bull is out there spinning that ball. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the disconnect? It's got me watching, wondering if Shedeur is going to lose his rookie season to the politics, no matter how well he performs.
Well, let's get into just that. The Browns are the worst, man. They have a reputation for being the worst. They're consistently the worst in the league. They consistently don't win football games. I mean, they're poorly managed. They're poorly owned. I mean, besides Jim Brown, if you want to die, go to the Cleveland Browns. All right. That's just how it is, man. But one of the best things might have just happened to this, unfortunate franchise. They might have stumbled into one of the best quarterbacks in this draft.
Damn straight, this is a first-round talent Cleveland scooped up for fifth-round value. And that four-round slot, that disrespect, man, I'm just saying, I think they woke up a monster. Shedeur has never lacked one thing, confidence. We've seen the flashy cars, the 200K watch celebrations, but since the draft, something's changed. That brash confidence has evolved into something a lot quieter. And I think what we're witnessing here is a guy who realized he can't control what other people think, how the NFL perceives him, what round GMC is valuing. So he's decided to take that work into the shadows. Look, I know it was just rookie training camp, but who was the last person on the field? Shedeur. And who was he working with? Undrafted free agent receivers, guys who may not even make the final roster. Why? Because he's that locked in on getting better.
Lock, no key, man. The man is hungry to improve. He's damn near starving with the shoes he's got to fill. My bro is chasing greatness, all right? We can't forget who his father is. I mean, we have not really gone into the topic just yet. None other than Deion Primetime Sanders. I mean, the guy who's got the crazy, freakish athletic ability, but he's got the skills. He's got the swag. He's got the flash. I mean, Primetime did it all. If he wants to even be close to filling them shoes, it's time for Shedeur to hit that villain arc. It's time for him to lock in. I think we're seeing a little bit of that Mamba mentality starting to affect our boy Shedeur.
Yeah, people might forget, but folks didn't like Deion when he was playing either. That guy was a villain. He was brash. He was confident too.
Absolutely, bro. And speaking of that confidence, man, I'm so confident the last name on the back of that jersey, I start to actually wonder if the fall in the draft matters. Look, I know this disrespect wasn't just emotional. It didn't just hit him in the heart. All right. It hit him in the pockets too. It was expensive. All right. Think about the slide. 4 rounds. It cost Shedeur millions.
Will you try to buy 2 from DeAndre?
Nah, I'm not trying to buy anything. My signing bonus ain't that high right now.
I guess he's lucky his pops is prime time. He won't be feeling that one too much. But think about it like this, man. With all that being said, what if falling in the draft is actually the best thing that ends up happening to Shedeur, right? He's finding himself in a situation where there isn't as much competition as a championship contending franchise. The Browns QB room is crowded, don't get me wrong, but it's not exactly filled with the best options. Joe Flacco, I mean, I'm surprised the dude is still in the league. Listen to what Dion's got to say. Kenny Pickett, still trying to figure things out. Deshaun Watson, I mean, the guy can't stay healthy. I mean, they brought some competition in the draft as well with Dylan Gabriel, but I mean, this thing is wide open for the taking.
And don't forget, in that same draft, Cleveland drafted another quarterback ahead of Shedeur. But who's looked better? 2, and it hasn't been close.
Did one of the 2 look better to you in what they were asked to do than the other?
In just throwing the ball, it's not close. Shedeur Sanders.
It's not close
not
either.
Close. No.
Wow.
So if it's this obvious now how talented Shedeur is, why did he fall?
Well, that's the $1 million question, right? It's wild because even now, folks still can't seem to agree. Some say Shedeur looks like the best QB in that building. Others, they say he looks like the worst.
And that's not an evaluation. That's bias. You mean to tell me he's either QB1 or a 4th stringer, depending on who you ask? Nah. That kind of divisiveness only happens when narratives get in the way. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Shedeur.
Correct. And I mean, you know what narrative they pushed, man? That his confidence, his personality scared teams off. They don't want to bring the circus. But I don't buy that for a second. I mean, we watched Baker Mayfield do twice as much in college and get away with it. What I do believe is the NFL loves confidence, even arrogance to a certain extent, but as long as it fits a certain mold. I mean, you got to be Troy Polamalu with the long hair, or you got to be primetime. Well, I ain't going to say all that because he wasn't loved during his career either. But Shedeur does not fit that mold, all right? He challenges it.
And what is that term we hear all the time in the NFL? You can't bring in the circus. The f does that even mean? But you're hitting it spot on, bro. That's real talk. I mean, we're a basketball channel. Hoop Plug is the name. Stepping into football territory, but this one's too obvious to ignore. What's always blown my mind is the culture difference between the 2 sports when it comes to distractions. Shedeur's to most teams was viewed as a distraction. The attention he gets, the amount of media at practice, the sheer amount of Shedeur-centered questions this whole squad is going to have to answer. It's a large part of the reason he fell, and it's going to be a story the entire season. How does Shedeur look now? He went 6 for 6 in practice. Every preseason game, every warm-up, they're going to hear it. But in the NBA, things are different. Teams would never pass on a talent dropping 20 a night just because they would have to answer a few extra questions. Help me understand this, bro.
No, agreed, bro. And this is the thing. I mean, you look at guys like Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel, and I could keep going down the list and list. I mean, they gave these guys a shot. They gave these guys a chance. You want to talk about the circus? Shedeur is not that. I mean, yes, he comes from a big name, but the dude, for as confident and as quote-unquote arrogant people say he is, I mean, he's always been on the quieter side of a quote-unquote superstar. I always felt like he's a guy who's put in the work. I always felt like a guy who grew up in his father's spotlight, right? So understood about how to kind of step out of that shine for a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong, man, but at the end of the day, it's BS, bro. If he looked a little different, if he was built a little different, if he came from a different school, who knows? It might be a different narrative altogether, you know?
I think the show that is Dion has so much attention and buzz to it. The moments feel bigger than what they're saying. I think you're spot on. The moments are big, but he himself is actually pretty quiet, subdued, and reserved. And that's exactly like what we're trying to do here with the plug. So if you're liking this content, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments if you're liking more of this football content, and we'll make sure we get more out through this season.
Yes.
Now back to the video.
Yes, sir. But forget about the drama for a second, bro. Can we talk about how this dude actually balls out in the pocket? Like, all this noise got folks forgetting Shedeur's got real skill as a QB.
I did not miss many Colorado games last year, and what I saw, like you, is this boy balling out. The pocket presence, the feel. He's not a supreme athlete. He's got a good arm, but it's not the strongest. But the presence of mind, the stuff you need, the intangibles, the feel for someone coming around the edge and want to get rid of that ball, he's got all that. And he showed it off his entire tenure at Colorado. The ability to look the secondary off, the ability to anticipate the opening. He'll let some wobblers go, but he's as accurate as they come.
Yeah, facts, bro. I mean, he's clearly got it. And to your point, you'd be surprised. You'd think with a last name like that, he'd be sprinting up the field for 30 yards every play, right? But he don't got that in him. What he does is a solid passing arm, very high IQ, and like you said, the presence, the intangibles. You can see it all over the tape. During ESPN coverage, they showed a graphic of other QBs that were passed on, and it's a Hall of Fame list.
Because the guys that have slid have done really well. Geno got into the second round. He's doing pretty well, right? Jimmy Clausen, Brady Quinn didn't. But then there's Aaron Rodgers. Chad Pennington went 18. Brett Favre, second round. Boomer Esiason, second round. Dan Marino, late first round.
The NFL doesn't always get it right, but we got to say this time that they really dropped the ball.
And if we're wrong, come back to the comments and let us know. I'll be happy to fight you on it. I don't think we are. Yep. And another thing I know for damn sure we aren't wrong about is Biden Sports. You want a ball like Shedeur, they've got everything you need to get you there. Basketballs, baseballs, footballs, as my boy Faraz likes to say.
They've got balls. I mean, you want to talk about not dropping the ball. That's none other than Biden Sports, baby. And if you want a smooth 10% off at checkout for rocking with the Hoop Plug, Biden is rocking with y'all, man. Plug in promo code Hoop_plug_ at checkout for a light, smooth, cool 10% off at checkout. And as always, guys, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and as always, put some flavor in your ear. Peace.